Cześć i czołem kluski z rosołem. Welcome to Polski Daily. My name is Paulina, and in this lesson I'm going to teach you about narzędnik, instrumental case. You're going to learn the uses of this case and the endings you need to use to speak proper grammar. If you want to practice, please visit my website www.polskidaily.eu, where you can find exercises and other materials which will help you to practice not only instrumental case, but everything else related to Polish language. If you have any questions, any doubts, please write them in a comment and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. And now, let's start the lesson. We will start with the uses, the functions of instrumental case. The first rule is use instrumental with verbs like być, to be, and zostać, to become. The object of the sentence will be in instrumental then. Like in these examples. Jestem sympatycznym rolnikiem. I'm a nice farmer. Jestem złą matką. I'm a bad mother. Zostałem ojcem. I became a father. Zostałam prawnikiem. I became a lawyer. As you can see, all these bolded words are instrumental case. It may seem pretty straightforward, but unfortunately, there's something to add here. First of all, is that you can switch the word order in Polish sentences. So the instrumental case can come first. The object in instrumental case can come first, like in this sentence. Moim ulubionym filmem jest Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction here is the subject. Moim ulubionym filmem is the object. The order doesn't matter because we have the case and we can understand it thanks to the grammatical endings. The second thing that you really need to remember is that when you have a sentence in which the object doesn't have a noun, but the object is just an adjective, so it's basically not an object but the description of the subject, then you cannot use instrumental case. Agnieszka jest miła. Agnieszka is nice. Miła here is in nominative case because we don't have another noun. But if you want to say Agnieszka is a nice woman, then yes, nice woman would be in instrumental case. Agnieszka jest miłą kobietą. The third thing is when you use sentences with to, this, then the object also will be only in nominative case. To jest mój dom. This is my house. To jest twój samochód. This is your car. Why is it like this? Because to is just a pronoun. It's not a valid part of the construction. It's not a valid subject in Polish grammar to put the object in instrumental case. It's just not enough. To jest moja siostra. This is my sister. But Agnieszka jest moją siostrą. Agnieszka is my sister. Let's move to another one. Function number 2. Each of the cases has its own set of prepositions. Of course, instrumental case is not an exception. Here is a list of prepositions coming with instrumental, but just remember that some of them could sometimes also connect with other cases. They borrow prepositions from each other, but so don't be surprised in case you see something like this. But remember this list. It really will make it easier for you. Przed, before, in front of. Przed domem stoi koń. A horse is standing in front of the house. I changed the word order on purpose to show you that also here we can switch. Koń stoi przed domem or przed domem stoi koń. It doesn't matter. The case endings tell us which is the subject, which is the object. Za, behind. Koń śpi za kanapą. Oj, kot śpi za kanapą. A cat is sleeping behind the couch. Nad, above, over. Mucha lata nad zupą. A fly is flying over the soup, above the soup. Pod, below, under. Pod biurkiem są myszy. Mice are under the desk. Między, between. Między fotelami stoi pomnik. Maybe it's strange for some of you, but it means a statue is standing between the armchairs. A statue is standing between the armchairs. Why not? Dlaczego nie? Poza. Poza mean outside, apart from. Jesteśmy poza miastem. We are out of the city. Jesteśmy poza domem. We are not at home. Poza muzyką interesuję się też sportem. Apart from music, I'm interested in sport. Z, and here I need a little bit more of your attention because z can mean with, and then we need the instrumental case, or it can mean from or of, and then we need genitive case. But this is not the lesson about genitive case, of course, so we'll just focus on with meaning. Jem zupę z ziemniakami. I eat soup with potatoes. Z with instrumental. Number 3. We're halfway through, so stick with me. Stay with me. Number 3. We're halfway through. Stay with me. Don't give up. We use instrumental case after verbs, after certain verbs. Have a look at this list. What do you notice about these verbs? Of course, all of them have się. Most of verbs that connect with instrumental case will have się. Not all of them, but most of them. So in many cases, if you see a verb with się, you can guess that probably you should use instrumental. In Polish, these verbs are very often translated as passive voice with be or get. Polish language doesn't like passive so much. We prefer reflexive forms, meaning the forms with się, like here. Interesować się, to be interested in something. Interesuję się psychologią. I'm interested in psychology. Zajmować się. This one is a tough one because it has many meanings. It can mean to look after, to take care, to be busy, or to work in certain field. For example, if your job title is very complicated, you can just say zajmuję się marketingiem. I work in marketing. Albo zajmuję się finansami. I work in finance. Or zajmuję się domem. I take care of the house. Very versatile. Opiekować się. To look after, to take care. This one only has these two meanings. To look after or to take care. Opiekować się. Opiekuję się kotem. I look after the cat. A cat or my cat. Depends on the context. Przejmować się. To worry. Moja córka bardzo przejmuje się szkołą. My daughter really cares about the school, or my daughter is really worried about the school. Bawić się. To play. Piotruś nie bawi się ciężarówką. Piotruś is not playing with the truck. But in English you would have with the truck. In Polish, you don't need any with. But if you want to say Piotruś is not playing with other kids, then you would use z. Piotruś nie bawi się z innymi dziećmi. Toys, no z. Other kids, z. Zarazić się, to get infected. Nie chcę zarazić się grypą. I don't want to get infected with flu. Let's move on. Function number 4. Narzędnik took its name from the word narzędzie, a tool. And we use it with tools, especially small tools. Not like big machines, but like small tools, something that you can use with your hand. Also as a mean. I'll tell you what I mean in a second. Here are some examples. Rzucać kostką, to throw a dice. Kostka is the tool, and kostka is not a tool to do something. Kostka is not a tool to do to another object, but it's the object itself, the mean. Kostka is not a tool to do something to another object, but it's the tool and the object two in one. The same with kostka is not a tool to do something to another object, but it's the tool and the mean in one. Kroić nożem, to cut with a knife. Nóż is just a tool, so you can add another object to it. For example, kroić chleb nożem, to cut bread with a knife. And notice here that we don't use z here. Please notice that in this phrase we also don't have any z. Just kroić nożem. Instrumental is enough. Smarować masłem, to spread butter. If you want to say to spread butter on bread with a knife, you can do it. You will have two instrumental cases here. Smarować chleb masłem nożem. Pisać długopisem, to write with a pen. Posypać solą, to sprinkle salt. Wycierać ścierką, to wipe with a cloth. Myć zęby szczoteczką, to brush with a toothbrush, not a finger. Myć gąbką, to wash with a sponge. For example, myć kubek gąbką, to wash a mug with a sponge. Ruszać palcem, to move a finger. The next function, I called it 4.5 because you already know that you should use instrumental with tools. And what are vehicles if not tools? Alright, they are big, but use them with verbs of movement, like jeździć. Jeździć meaning to go by something with wheels. Na przykład, for example, jeździć samochodem, to go by car. Jeździć pociągiem, to go by train. Jeździć autobusem, to go by bus. Jeździć rowerem, to go by bike. Jeździć taksówką, to go by taxi. Jeździć hulajnogą, to go by scooter. But just like scooter like this one, okay? Not scooter like Vespa. Vespa is scooter. Jeździć skuterem. If you want to fly, then you say latać samolotem. If you want to sail or swim, but here in this case it means to sail, then pływać. Pływać łodzią, to sail a boat. Pływać łodzią podwodną, to sail a submarine. Would you say to sail a submarine? Let me know in a comment. By now, you may have noticed the endings. Maybe you already figured out which ending works with which gender. If not, let's have a look at the chart. Let's learn the endings. Singular, liczba pojedyncza. In singular, instrumental, we have 3 genders. If this lesson is just a review for you, revision, review, revision, repetition, then you may ask, why masculine has only one form? Well, in instrumental, there's only one masculine. We don't split it. Later on, you'll split it. No need to worry right now. Masculine and neutral, in instrumental case, have the same forms. In adjective, I wrote 2 examples. This is because the default ending for adjectives for masculine and neutral are im, ym. But if your adjective ends in k, I mean the base, the stem of the word ends in k or g, then you cannot write y after that. In the whole Polish language, there are no words that have k or g, k and together. There will be always ki and gi. Okay? That's why białym, but niebieskim. What about nouns? Nouns get ending m. There are no exceptions, just m kotem, autem. Why did they write muzeum here? This is because there is a certain number of words in Polish taken from Latin that end in muzeum, liceum, laboratorium, and those words don't get any endings. They don't change the ending in the whole singular. In none of the cases in singular. In plural, they do. But now we're not doing plural. Feminine is even easier. My God, it's the easiest thing in Polish language. You just basically write the tail to letter A. And you pronounce it on, białą, niebieską, gąbką. Here are some examples. Rozmawiam z moim niebieskim kotem. I talk with my blue cat. Jeżdżę niebieskim autem. I drive a blue car. Myję kubek niebieską gąbką. I wash a mug with a blue sponge. Let's move to the plurals. Are you ready? Let's do it. This is so easy. Like, Polish is so easy. Look at this. All genders here have the same endings. Adjectives, again, by default, imi. After k and g, imi. Nouns, all nouns end in ami. Kotami, autami, gąbkami, skuterami, dinozaurami, Amerykanami, ziemniakami. Ziemniakami, potatoes. But there are some exceptions. In those exceptions, we have to remove a from the ending. Look. Dziećmi, children. Opiekuję się dziećmi. I look after children. Braćmi, brothers. Nie rozmawiam ze swoimi braćmi. I don't talk to my brothers. Ludźmi, people. Dzieci też są ludźmi. Children are also people. Końmi, horses. Zajmuję się końmi. I take care of horses. I work with horses as well. Księżmi, priests. Very important word in Poland. Moi synowie są księżmi. My sons are priests. Pieniędzmi, money. Jeff Bezos interesuje się pieniędzmi. Jeff Bezos is interested in money. Dłońmi, hands. Masażysta masuje dłońmi. A masseur massages with hands. But be careful about dłoń. That's the singular from dłońmi, dłoń. Because it exists, but we don't use it so much in colloquial Polish. We would just rather use the word ręka. Masażysta masuje rękami. This is just in the exceptions list. And that's it in this lesson. I hope that now you understand instrumental case much more. I've got another video on instrumental case for more advanced students, so go to the description of this one to find the link. Also, don't forget to subscribe and give me a like, if you like this lesson, of course, and go to my website www.polskidaily.eu to find other resources to learn Polish with me. Dziękuję bardzo. Do zobaczenia.